What is up, everyone? It is Midwest Raider fans, and we're back with another edition, another video, and we're getting ready for the season.
Week 1. I'm excited. I know you're excited. Divisional game. Gonna get pumped. Let's see what these boys bring this year.
So we are super excited. We're ready to go. There's a few things in the news that we'll go over briefly, really quick, and then we're going to talk about what we need to do to beat the Chargers this week. And so everybody, from what we've seen, is, we're never given any clout. We are the Raiders, and we can't prove anything until we can get on the field. So I can't wait to get on the field, and I hope we can start proving people wrong because it's been a long time. So, all right. So first out in the news right now is more news about Davante Adams. I am so sick. I said this on my last video. I am definitely sick. I don't know about Jimmy, but
I'm sick.
I'm definitely sick about hearing about Davante wanting to leave. We just saw in a press conference Davante saying,
That's not exactly what he said, but close enough. We'll keep it PG. But yeah, this is ridiculous.
So yeah, Davante wants to be a Raider. He's here. I can't wait to see what kind of rapport he can build with Minshew, Gardner, and what they can build on the field. I want, week 1 is going to be another big determining game to see what's going to be going on, how they're going to mesh, how we're going to pull together, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so
what we are, what can we do well?
So those go together. Also, Gardner is also talking in the news a little bit, just talking about the team and how he does want to mesh. And Davante and hopefully Gardner are meshing. And from what we saw, I think, did you see something? You saw something?
Yeah, they look good. I'm trying to be, just get into that groove, get in that grind. Obviously, Davante's our number 1 receiver. We want to give him the ball, get him the ball. And I don't see us not doing that. Like I said, we've spoken about the quarterbacks. Minshew's our guy. We're fully backing Minshew, and we're excited and pumped, and he's just been working. Yeah, we want to get Davante involved and get some W's. Just keep rolling.
So, absolutely. So, yep. So that's the kind of two things the news has been talking about. Gardner Minshew, always our quarterback, and, of course, Davante. And so hopefully we can lay that to rest once the season goes on, because there's not going to be any special trades or anything like that. There's not going to be anything crazy. He's on the team, and we're going to continue rolling that train. So, all right, and that's pretty much all we have for Raiders news right now. So then we're going to go right into Raiders versus Chargers week 1.
Week 1.
Sunday. So it is coming up. So kind of keys for success for this game, in my opinions, it's going to come down, in my opinion, is honestly our offense. I think our defense is going to play strong. I think they should be able to hold them. We've heard rumors, it's Harbaugh's first year, first game. He's going to be, assessing his team still, honestly. Trying to coach him up, whatever. Herbert, I've heard, has coming still out of some injury, maybe. So I don't know if he's 100%. He might say it is, but we don't know. And then, I think our defenses will play strong enough to keep them within, scores. They're probably going to score. It's a divisional game, so it's going to be a tough game. I don't care what they say, but we do kind of have the home field advantage in Los Angeles there. But I think the key is our offense. We have to see our offense score points. So we are going to have to see Gardner run the offense good enough to at least score and break that 20-point mark that we always get stuck at. And I think if we can break that 20-point mark, we will succeed and get a win. So I'm going to go with our defense. I know you say defense wins championships, but I'm going to go with our offense. I'm sorry if I said that defense, but I'm going to go with our offense to win this game, because I think our defense will play strong enough to keep us in the game, but I think in the end we're going to need some offense to score some points, and it might come down to a field goal at the end or something like that.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with you. Like I said, I think some of the keys, I got 3 keys to our victory.
Go ahead.
I think getting pressure on Herbert. Our D-line, getting pressure on Herbert. Don't let him get set back there, get comfortable. We'll break it down. They got they don't even have a number 1 wide receiver necessarily. They got some, younger guys out there who can make plays, but nobody stands out. They lost Keenan Allen from last year, who clearly was their number 1. They don't have the running back. Austin Eckler's gone. Yeah. I know they have J.K. Dobbins. He's good, but he's very injury prone, and he was coming off an injury from last year as well. So is he 100%? Is he not? They're going to go do two backs, kind of like we're going to do. So I think it'll be interesting. But I think if our D-line gets pressure on Herbert, doesn't let him get settled back there, that's one key. Second, I'm going to agree with you, Minshew. We need Minshew to be comfortable. We need Minshew to drive the ball, sustain our possession, drive down the field. I said it last week. I love an 80-yard touchdown pass just like everybody else. But we can't. It's not feasible. We're not running one play, running 80 yards every possession.
Yeah.
So we need to keep the ball, make good choices, and keep that clock moving, running down the field. And then again, our offensive line. I think that's going to set up what we can do. So if we're giving Minshew the time back there to get our receivers open, or they're blocking for whatever running back we have in, which I think we have 3 great ones. So I think our offensive line is going to be key. So yes, I agree with you. Minshew is going to be a big factor. Super pumped about our defense. We can break it down more from there. I'll give you my prediction of the final score towards the end of this video here. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. Just added a couple little extra things. I think if we take care of those 3 things, I think we'll get that win.
Absolutely. And so some keys for the Chargers that we need to make note of course, is always Khalil Mack. He did have a crazy game last year where he had like 6 or something sacks against us. Joey Bosa, he's going to be healthy. I don't know if he played in any of those games last year.
I think he played in that first one, but I know that second one, the big blowout, 63 point, we'll never forget.
He didn't.
It's a different team.
I don't think he played in that one. But I think in the first one, he actually got injured during that game or something like that. But yeah, so both of them at the same time, it's going to be a big challenge for our offensive line, because I know we are playing some new players. They're still good players, but they're newer to our system and everything. Well, of course, everybody's new to our new offensive coordinator, Getsy, but I mean, newer to the Raiders, for them to communicate, be on the same page, calling coverages and all that great stuff. So it is going to be a big test for them against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. And then also on their defense, something we need to make note of is they do have some really good safeties and cornerbacks. Just to speak of 2, is Derwin James is their safety, and of course Asante Samuel, which is a pretty big playmaker. And I'm sure he'll be matched up against Davante.
Yes, and I'm going to cut you off right there. So let's look at the stats. So Davante Adams versus Asante Samuel, which is the Chargers' top corner there. Adams has had 41 catches for 535 yards, and 4 touchdowns versus the Chargers in only 5 games. So I like our matchup with Davante and Samuels. They said it last year. Don't get me wrong. I know he's a great cornerback. He can get in there, break up some passes. He's got good hands. He can pick the ball off. So again, going back to our offensive line, we give Minshew the time, Davante to get open. I think
and to make good passes. So it's going to be on Minshew to make good passes to Davante, because he's getting played by a very, very good. We might not be able to give as many 50-50 balls for that type of coverage, because either one of them could come down with it, and that's the problem with that. So Minshew's going to have to have a good game, but yes, I'm glad you pointed that. Davante has won the challenge so far. Hopefully we're not giving any fuel to the Charger players there.
Yeah. If you're a Charger fan, don't watch.
But Davante's winning, so I think that's about it. I don't think they have. Let's go to their offense a little bit. I don't think they have. They have Herbert, of course. They're a good quarterback. We said that they do have some new running backs with from the Ravens, Edwards and Dobbins. But what receivers do they have? I don't even know.
Yeah, again, their receivers, like I said, they weren't anything spectacular.
I know they have like rookies from last year that are better this year, maybe.
Yeah, they got Quentin Johnson. I think that's who their number 1 receiver will probably be this year. He was a first-round pick. Last year he was 38 receptions out of 67 targets for a whopping 431 yards. He averaged 11.3.
That was their top receiver? They only had 430?
No, Keenan Allen. This is who they have now. Keenan Allen would have been their number 1. And I didn't look up his stats. He's not on the team this year. They also have DJ Chark. He's a new receiver, He's coming over from Carolina. Last year at Carolina, he had 35 receptions, 66 targets, 525 yards. So he averaged 15, had 5 touchdowns. Yeah. So both guys had touchdowns, and could catch the ball. Their third guy's Josh Palmer. He had 38 receptions last year, 61 targets, 581 yards. So they have guys capable.
Yeah,
but
capable average guys.
Average guys. And I think our corners and
Yeah.
safeties will keep them in check. And again, with our defensive line, we get pressure on Herbert, who's coming off of his injury, plus the foot
Yeah.
fasciitis, whatever he had, plantar
Yeah.
fasciitis. So it was more, more in depth there, and
Yeah.
we won't know until we see the game. But I think, like I said, we
Yeah.
have keys. We should, I think, home field. It is home field.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm going to go with our offense again is going to be the ones to win this game. And I know that kind of sounds, as long as the defense can bend, not break, keep us in the game like they did last year, and then our offense can take a step up and score some points over that 20-point mark. I want to see over 20 points in this game. It is a division game, so it is likely to happen. But the weapons that we have, you would just think that, Minshew has everything at his disposal.
Yes.
Two tight ends, receivers up the yin-yang with talent. Tucker, Turner, Jacoby, Davante, running backs that are capable running backs. Amir, Zeus, Madison. I mean, so there's no reason why, he can't have an option to find somebody if you're just going through your progressions, going through your reads. And so I would be flabbergasted to see our offense flop. So hopefully we don't see that. Hopefully we see a good competitive game. Even if I see them fight to the end and whatever happens, I would be happy with that. But I want to see going shot for shot. And that's the way it should be against a divisional rival. It's going shot to shot and literally us taking some shots for some scores and all that kind of good stuff. So that's my plan. I think we're gonna do it. And you got anything to add on that, or?
Yep, no, I agree. Again, like I said, I think key to victory is going to be Minshew, that offensive line. We slow Mac down and Bosa.
Yeah.
I think of our offensive weapons, somebody's got to be open. So we give Minshew the time, go through the progressions. Obviously they're probably going to double Davante quite often, understandably. But then that should leave somebody else open. Tucker, it doesn't matter. Turner, one of our tight ends, Bowers, Mayers. I think we're good. I think it's going to be close. I know last year, the first game came down to the end. We ended up throwing an interception there. And actually, I think Samuel, or Asante, I think he picked it off there. So first game was close. Second game, we all loved, obviously, but it's not the same Chargers. Obviously, Herbert was injured. Bosa was out, so a lot of keys there. Going to be close. Division game, they're always close no matter what. So I'm going to predict, I think final score 24-17. I know the under is like 40.5. So right there, I think it'll be a touchdown, touchdown win. Now, whether that happens, we get up and we just kind of hold them or, it's a game ending drive. We score a touchdown for the win. I'm not going to go there yet, but, like I said, it'll be interesting just to see what we can do. And like I said, we all have faith. We got a team.
Yeah.
I think we got a team. Nobody else thinks it. I know.
Yeah.
He knows, I know, and you know.
So
we got a team.
My final score, I'll give it close. What did you say again?
I said 24-17.
24-17. I was going to say more like 28-24. So somewhere in there, but I am going to give us that over 20 points. So we're going to get maybe a touchdown in there, an extra one in there. And so 28-24, we'll say, is the final score for me. But speaking of that, too, nobody else has faith. We'll throw this in here real quick, too, about the power rankings.
Oh, my God.
Because we saw that, too, and we about had a heart attack. So I don't know how they come up with the power ranking earlier, and we're like 20 or something.
We're 20, earlier,
Earlier, we're like 20, and then they come out with another one right before the season starts, and then we went down like 9 or 10.
Yeah, 29. I know, we're not feeling that. They have the Chargers at 13. The Chargers have no identity. They have Herbert. That's all they have. That's proven. Don't get me wrong, that J.K. Dobbins, I know, is a beast. We saw what he did in college, but this is in college, and he hasn't produced like he had in college since he's been in the NFL, been injured. New receivers, younger receivers.
So I'm not gonna say anything right now. I'm gonna wait till the first game, but if we beat the Chargers, they should be flip-flopping that stuff, and we should be 13, and they should be 29. So we'll see what happens. But yes, that is just crap how we, the Raiders, get no love in the power rankings whatsoever. But I guess we've earned that. We've earned it so far, okay? I'll be honest. We've earned that, and so we're going to have to work our way back in. And I hope we start it with a week 1 win. Yes. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's going to turn some heads, and then we're going to start turning this thing around. So I think
Yeah.
that's the plan. I think
That
that's
is the plan.
So, all right. I think that's all we got for you today. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you guys like, subscribe, share, throw some comments in there. We love talking football. We'll try to reach back to you if you put some comments in there and talk about football, whatever you want, talking about Raiders. So go ahead and throw it in there. Jimmy, anything else?
Yeah, no, I don't think. Like you said, like, subscribe, share. Let us know your prediction of the score, the outcome, who you think our key players are going to be. You know, whatever. What you got? Like you said, we love talking football. So,
all right. One more thing to say real quick. We will, after we watch the game, if we don't do some like during the game stuff or anything like that, we're going to try to do some fun stuff during games and make sure that we get a after post game kind of overview of the game, and then on to the next game, the keys to win. We will also do the Raider Way play of the game. That's going to be ours right here, Midwest Raider fans. So we'll definitely have some stuff. So stay tuned for all that. And we got more content. We're trying to build this channel the right way with great subscribers and great fans and great Raider Nation folks like you guys. So. And as always,
go Raiders!
See you on the next one.